Welcome back. Today I have a very interesting video. I'm going to be talking about the Yolobox Pro, as you can see from the title. It's a recording device. It's right here in my hand. Well, it's more than a recording device. It does recording, switching. You know, you can use it for live streaming. The main purpose is live streaming. So if you want to live stream into YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all at the same time, without any subscription, without paying for any kind of service, streaming service, this box, this one device, does everything for you. So what it does is that you connect all your cameras to the box, and it takes all the inputs, and you can switch them, you can put overlays, you can put different kind of things. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So without wasting time, let's go. I'm using the box for this video, so I'm doing all the switching of camera, everything from this video. So let's switch to the overhead camera so you can see the box itself. So this is the box I'm using to do this video and to switch. You can see I have connections on it from different cables connected to it. Even my headset is connected to it. I'm going to talk about all that, but first let's look at what came in the box. So let me switch to the unboxing. So this came in this brown box. It's the Yolobox Pro, and there are two versions. There's the Yolobox and the Yolobox Pro. This is the Pro version, which is a more powerful version than the Yolobox, of course. Let's open the box and see what came in the box. This device, like I said, is for streaming, monitoring, for switching of various inputs, and for all basic things you do when you stream, all the overlays and all that. We're going to talk about that pretty soon. It's a very good box. It's really good. I like it. So it comes in this white box. Like I said, this is the Yolobox Pro. It's made by Yololiv. That's the company. It's the Yolobox Pro by Yololiv. Let's open the box. Okay, on this side you can see what it does. It does all kinds of things. It is for stream. It's got multi-touch. It records on HD. You can do all kinds of multi-view, side by side, you know, picture in picture. You can do overlays. You can put watermarks. You know, it does all these things very well. And you now, with this Pro, you can put multi audio input. So it's made in China, of course. Everything is made in China just now. That's the name of the company, Hangzhou Jingzi, I think, something like that. Where it's made, sorry, that's the place where it's made. So it's an all-in-one streaming device for switching, encoding, recording, monitoring. Switching, encoding, recording, monitoring, and streaming. So it's a very good box. It's an Android tablet. Basically, it runs on Android, on some version of Android. So if you're familiar with Android, you have no problem. It's very simple to use. The interface is really simple. So it comes as a tablet. It's an 8-inch tablet. It's got this rubbery cover on it, and it's really sturdy. Looks tough. We're going to talk about it. Let's keep it aside for a minute, and let's talk about other things in the box. There's this quick guide with a barcode that you can scan to register. You have to create an account, but like I said, it's absolutely free. You create an account with Yololiv, and based on the account that you create, you are able to do all the things you can do with it. So it comes with a user manual. Like I said, it's very simple to use. I'm not going to explain how to set it up and all that, because if you can use a phone, this is much simpler than a phone. It comes with a USB-C to C cable and a USB-A to C cable. So it charges with USB-C, so you can use one of those for charging. But yeah, it comes with this Allen key to adjust the shoe mount, which I'll talk about soon. It also comes with a SIM ejector tool, because this takes a 4G SIM, which is another good thing about this. It has a SIM, so if you're streaming, you can use Wi-Fi, you can use Ethernet cable directly, or you can just open the SIM card tray there, insert a 4G SIM, and you have data on the go. So that's really good. That's really good. So if all your weddings and outdoor streaming, this is a very good box to go. If you're a church or you're an organization where you want to stream, this is a really good box. I'm really excited about it. I've tested it for a while now. I'm just showing you how I unboxed it. It comes with this shoe mount. Tough to get out of the box. So you can connect it at the bottom of the device. That way you can mount it on a tripod, on a stand, you know, on top of your camera, and you can make an all-in-one streaming rig. So the screen gives you a monitor. So when you mount it, you have a monitor to view your live stream, and you can switch directly on the monitor. That's the advantage of this over maybe the A10 mini or things like that doesn't have a screen. You need a computer for that. But this comes this is a tablet. It has a very responsive 8-inch screen. What else is there? They were kind enough to give us a screen protector. Comes in the box, so you can protect the screen. Like I said, it has this rubbery finish on it, so even if you don't have a screen protector, it's very hard to break this. But it's good they have this screen protector in the box. Okay, so let's yeah, that's where you mount the shoe at the bottom, and you just screw it in, and then you can mount it on a tripod or different things. So the Allen key is to tighten this, make it very tough. And there you go. So let's talk about it a little more. Let's get all this. So the ports we have, well, let's get my desk clear so we can talk about the ports. Okay, so let's talk about the ports. This is the Pro. It has 3 HDMI input, so you can bring in 3 cameras. It has a USB-C input, sorry, normal USB input, USB-A, so you can put a 4th input. It's got an HDMI out, it's got an Ethernet cable, a USB-C that you can connect another input. It's got another USB-C for charging, 2 audio in, so you can mix sound and music, your microphone and the sound, and then you can also monitor with a headset. Underneath, it's got the power button, it's got the SIM card tray for your 4G SIM, and it's got an SD card that can take up to 128 gig. That's what I have in mine. So you can record in the SD card. For example, this video that you are watching now was done mixed all as I'm doing live on this, but also I recorded into the SD card, and it's the SD card I upload on YouTube. So it's a very good device. It's a Yolobox Pro. It charges with a 15-watt charger, 5 amps, 5 volt 3 amps, 9 volt 2 amps, 12 volts 1.5 amps. Yeah, so that is the Yolobox Pro in a nutshell. Let's switch back to myself. So I've switched to the main camera here where you can see me. So the point is, I'm doing the switching live on this device. Let me go back to the overhead shot. So you can see I'm doing the switching live on the device, and if I make it full screen, this is the exact screen you are seeing just now, and this is how I do the switching from one input to another. So before we go ahead and talk about how it works, or the connection, and just to show you the features, let's go to the website. So I'm going to switch to my computer, which is also connected here now, and that's my 3rd input. If I switch to it, so now you can see the screen of my computer, and I just want to show you briefly. This is Yololiv.com, and this is the Yolobox Pro. Like I said, they have 2 devices, the Yolobox and the Yolobox Pro. So what does it do? It's an encoder, it's a switcher, it's a recorder, it's a monitor, it's a live streaming device, all in one. You can stream up to 6 video sources. Like I said, I'm going to show you all of that in a second. You don't need any computer or workstation. You do everything from this tablet, and you can see all the inputs. So you can do the streaming live, and you can stream to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitch, and you can have a common streaming that you set up custom for yourself. Great ease to operate, super portable. It can fit into your pocket. It's just a 8-inch tablet, so it's portable and rugged. It's got built-in 4G LTE, like I said, so you can have data on the go. So this diagram very well explains all the things you can connect into it. You have 3 HDMI 1, 2, 3, so you can connect several camera inputs so you can have different angles of your view. If you are doing a wedding, you can have 3 different professional cameras, and then your USB can be your computer you connect, or a webcam, so that's 4 inputs. The USB-C can connect a drone or something like that, so that makes it 5 different inputs. You see, you can and you can also use the USB-C to connect things like a keyboard. If you don't want to operate the touch screen of this device, you can use a keyboard to navigate, to type, and things like that. The HDMI out goes to a monitor, where you can monitor if you want to get. So you can also take this out, take the video out, and connect into something else. So like I said, we have the Yolobox and the Yolobox Pro. The Yolobox is a 7-inch LCD tablet. The Yolobox Pro, which is the one I have here, is an 8-inch LCD tablet. It's brighter at 400 nits compared to 350 nits. It's got 3 HDMI input. Of course, you charge with USB C. It's got one USB also, like I said, for webcam and things like that. One of the difference between the Yolobox and the Yolobox Pro is the audio in. So this has 2 audio in, so you can bring in line in and mic, as against just one on the Yolobox. Also, it's got a USB out. Like I said, you can take the USB out into a monitor or something like that if you want to see in a bigger screen what you are recording. You can also use that out to send it, to a computer using your HDMI out, and then you can further stream it and mix it with more inputs if you want. It's got a Qualcomm 660 chip, so it's very powerful, more powerful than the Yolobox, and it's got a fan in it, so it works really well. It's cool to the touch every time I've used it, which is really good. That is the Yolobox Pro in a nutshell. So let's look at the device in my hand, and so you can see this from the overhead camera. I'm just going to talk about the things I have connected just now. I have 3 HDMI inputs. The first one is from my main camera, which is this view here. So this is from my Sony ZV-1. It's coming in as the first input right here. The second input is coming from my phone, which is the actual view you are seeing right now. It's up there as my second camera. If you can see my hand, it's connected up there. That's the second one. And the third input is my computer, which is what I used to show you my screen just now. So I brought all of that through HDMI to the 3 HDMI sources here. Like I said, there's a 4th source, which is a normal USB, and this you can bring in a webcam. It's got the Ethernet port, so you can connect your internet and get good connection for streaming, and you have all kinds of settings you can use, and you can also check your data streaming speed, upload and download speed. It is very good. You can check all that in the settings while you stream. You can see if your network is good. This is HDMI out, so you can take this to a monitor, but you can also take it to another streaming device like an A10 mini or another Yolobox Pro, so you can mix all of this in one output to another device and add even more inputs, so you have a lot. Next is the USB-C, which you can also bring in like a drone or any other inputs that you can bring in on USB-C. And like I said, you can connect a keyboard and use also. Now we have the monitor, which is connected to my headset, what I'm wearing just now, which you can see I'm using for monitoring. Let me go back to the overhead shot. We have 2 sound input, audio input. One is mic, one is line, so you can mix your sound and bring in 2 inputs. You can connect your background music playing on it, and at the same time you can have your mic connected. Okay, and the last port there is just the USB-C for charging, so it charges with USB-C, and that is pretty good. Yep. So let's talk about how we do the switching of the views. So as you can see on this screen, let me bring it to the center. I have various inputs at the bottom here, and I can do the switching very easily by just a tap. So you can also configure it to be double tap or single tap, and all you do is switch. Okay, so while we are on the business of switching inputs, let me go to transitions. So on the settings, you see here video source transitions, if you can see that. So if I go there, you can select different types of transitions. So now I'm using the fade, and you can adjust the time. So if I increase the time, the delay, if I switch now, you can see how slowly it fades into this source. If I switch back, you see how it fades. So this is the fade. You can use things like wipe. If I use wipe, you can see that it wipes off. Yeah. If you are more dramatic, you can use, I mean, there are several. There's directional wipe, there's translation, which is this one. So you just move from one to the other. We have window slice. So if I slice now, you see, so it does the slice. Simple zoom, which is this one. So for all those who like more dramatic, there's also squeeze. I'm just skipping some of them. This is the squeeze, and you can see how it squeezes out. We can go to flip page like that. There's also cube, which is this one. So all of you who like dramatic transitions, you'll be spoiled for choices here. I prefer to use the fade and to keep it short to just 1 second or 1.5 seconds. So if I switch, this is my normal switching, which is using the fade. So I like that. That's transitions, and that's how you switch screens. Let's talk about overlays. So on the, if I go back to the overlay short so you can see my screen, on the bottom here, this button here is overlay. So if I click on it, before you start your live stream, you can set up different overlays, and even while you're streaming, you can add more overlays. Things like time. So this can play when you are starting. It says starting soon, and you can configure the time up to, I don't know, up to 60 minutes from 1 minute, and you can set up whatever time. So this can be on your screen when you are trying to start a live streaming, and you can put some music in the background, which you can also bring in as an input source from the SD card in. So in the SD card, you can have all kinds of files. You can have video files, data files, and you can queue in all of them as input sources that you can bring in at different times. So imagine you want to start your live stream, you put your starting soon and a countdown timer, and you select the music playing in the background, and when it finished counting, you switch to another video input, which is like your intro video, and then you switch into your camera. So it's good. Another overlay you can do during your normal live stream is to put text overlays like this. I use this a lot for my videos. If you watch some of my videos in the channel lately, I record directly on the Yolobox Pro, and I put this type of overlays to just talk about the products. This one is my everyday carry tech I just did, so you can leave that on the screen when you're talking about a particular thing. So I'm just going to leave the Yolobox overview. Now this is configurable when you are setting it up. If I click to add, you can do different configuration. Let me go back to the override screen, so you can see if I click to add an overlay, you can add an image overlay, which is your own image you have stored in the SD card. You can use it as an overlay at the background or the foreground. You have lower thirds like I was showing just now, and you have countdown timer. If I go to over thirds, so you can select the type you want, you can type in your text, you can resize it, and you can move it around the screen wherever you want it to be. So it's very, very configurable and very functional. Okay, so let me quickly go ahead to another feature, which is scoreboard. So I can take off the overlay now. At the bottom here we have scoreboard, and I like this. So this is like if you are your kids game and there's a competition going on, you can select a scoreboard and you can configure it. Like I said, it's an Android tablet. It's simple to use. I don't need to show you how to use it. It's very easy, but I'm just going to activate a score so you can see just now. I hope you can see a score on the screen. I can move it around, and this I can resize it so you can see it clearly. This is Arsenal versus Barcelona. So if I'm commenting on a match live on my channel, I can show you and I can change the scores as the team scores. I chose Arsenal versus Barcelona because I think one day, hopefully as an Arsenal fan, Arsenal will be playing Barcelona in the Champions League final in 2024. I'm dreaming, right? Anyway, so you can do scoreboard, you can configure the teams, you can put teams logos, so you can use pictures to put team logos. You know, if you have a picture of your favorite team, you can add it to it. You can change first half, second half, you can put the scores. It's very, very configurable. You can change the text colors, the font size, the font types, all kinds of things, the background, all kinds of things. It's very, very configurable. So that's the scoreboard. I can take that off now. Let's talk a little bit about live streaming. So what I'm using now is monitoring mode. So I'm recording what I'm doing. But you can also have live streaming where you set up all this and you go live. And when you go live, you can go, like I said, to YouTube, to Twitch, to Facebook. You can stream to multiple platforms at the same time. And one good thing they just added is that when you finish streaming, is saved. The next time you can click to duplicate that stream, so the settings you use for the one stream you can use for another one without having to make up all the settings again, the scoreboards, everything. Just copy and duplicate, and you have your stream settings to go. So like I said, you can stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. It streams at 1080p, and like I said, you can configure your streaming frame rate and bit rate and things like that. Okay, while you are streaming, there's this button here. It's not active now. Let me go back to the wide so you can see that there's this button down here. It is for comments. So you know how you are streaming and you can see all the comments of people on your YouTube or Facebook. You can actually get all those comments right here on the Yolobox, and you can see people's comments. You can talk about it. You can display it on the screen while you are live streaming. That's very, very good. You can adjust how you want the comments to show. You can choose from different designs, and when people make a comment, it comes straight on your screen. You can tap which one you want to respond to it, and you can decide which part of the screen you put it. It's very, very configurable. Like I said, sound, I talked about sound, that we can take two sound inputs. If I go to the sound setting, the good thing is that you have an audio mixer here, so you can decide, for example, you have multiple camera, you can decide that when you switch the camera, you want the audio to also switch, or if you want the audio to stay to just one source, you can deactivate. Like now you can see all the other sources for me, they are off. I'm only taking audio from the main camera, which is this one. So the audio, my mic is connected to my main camera, so the audio comes through the HDMI input from that camera. So I'm only using that HDMI input. If you have a video you want to queue, for example, an SD card, I have a video on my SD card which I played earlier on in this video, which is for the unboxing. You can decide to activate the sound for that, and the sound can come with the video. Yep. So talking about the SD card, like I said, you can put videos, you can put PowerPoint presentation, PDFs that you can queue in during your live stream at various times, and you can activate the audio with it if you want. So this is really good. When we go to the settings, just to show you something about the SD card, we have this setting on the SD card where you can decide if you are playing a video from your SD card in your live stream and you switch the cameras. You can decide if the video should keep playing in the background, or if you should pause, and anytime you switch back it should resume, or if you start from the beginning. So it's very configurable, this tablet. So I'm going to switch to a picture-in-picture I configured, which is this one. So now you can see my computer screen, which is one of my video input buttons. You can also see the other camera input at the bottom. So you can configure this, you can resize it, you can change the aspect ratio and all that. So if you are having a presentation and you have your big screen and then you have a picture-in-picture, you can also have side-by-side. So maybe you have a guest on one of your camera input or your computer through Zoom or something, and you can put it side by side, so you are on one side and your guest is on the other side. I think this is really nice. It's very, very configurable. You have, this is side by side. You also have split view, and all these are configurable. You can make one screen bigger than the other. On the background of this view, you can put your own image as a background. You can put whatever you want to configure the background. So it's really, really configurable. I've talked about the transitions, and I'm just trying to make sure this video is not too long because there's so much to talk about this. The last thing I want to talk about, or one thing I want to emphasize very well, is the Yolobox Pro guys, the Yololiv guys that make this. They are very, very reachable. At any time you can talk to them, you can contact them. If you have suggestions, a lot of these things I've showed you are suggestions from the guys who got it first, who said, I'd like to have this, I'd like to have that. And every time they're continuously listening. You send them an email, you give them a call, what you like, they work on it, and they'll send you an update. So they are always sending updates on this thing. I've done more than 10 different updates since I've had it, and they keep adding stuff to it. And if you go to their website, you see more things they are working on, which is it's a really, really good streaming box. So that is the Yolobox Pro. Very, very good for all-round streaming. It cost I think about $1,100 or something like that, but it is really good. It's an all-in-one solution. So I'm doing this video live on it. I'm going to it reduces my work on editing, because I've already done all the setup I want, all the various screens. So at the end of the day, I just take the SD card, and it's just one file I need to put on my computer to edit, as against bringing 4 different files, you know, for the B-rolls and all that. I can queue all that in before I come live like this, and I record, and I take this one video clip and I put it in the editor, and I just do some cuts. So in less than an hour, my video is ready to post. That is the Yolobox Pro by Yololiv. I'm going to leave a link down below of where you can get it. Of course, it's just yololiv.com. You can buy it, and it's on Amazon. I got mine from Amazon. And yeah, that is the Yolobox Pro. So thank you for watching. I believe this is a very good device. It can meet your needs if you're a small church, if you're a video producer, videographer, you go for weddings and stuff like that, you cover events, or you're just a YouTuber, you live stream, you're on Twitch, or a gamer, whatever you do, that you live stream or you do multiple camera inputs, this is a very good device. I like it a lot. I'm not paid by Yolobox. They don't even know I have one. I've not spoken with them, but I just got this device, I'm using it, and I thought, okay, this is simplified, let's talk about it. So yeah, that's the Yolobox Pro. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not. We do all kinds of videos like this here, tech videos and all that sort. So we also do a lot of live issues. This is simplified. We take serious issues and we simplify it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Liked the video if you like it. It's a very long one, I know, but yeah, there was so much to talk about this device. Yes, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.